Here are the 5 common mistakes that new hairstylists and makeup artists make when they're working on set for the first time. Number 1 is that they're too obsessed with clout. So the difference with working on a film set and working for a personal client or working behind the chair at a salon is usually you would have to brag about how much you've worked, who you've worked with, and especially in the age of social media, people do think it's relevant to post if they've worked with celebrities or somebody who's high profile. But in the hiring process for film, which I'll get into in another video, the people who hire you are the team that you're working with or the producer. And if you're working with the team and you're coming into the team for the first time, really they're not too concerned with your skill level, because I can teach anybody how to do hair. They're more so concerned with, can you work within the group? Can you accomplish the goal that's set for the day? Are you easy to work with because you're going to be on set with this person for at least 12 hours? And are you able to go with the flow as things change? Because that's what happens often in the film world. So you are going to be interviewed by the people who are working next to you, and it's going to be more so about your personality and your adaptability than it is about your skill or who you worked with. The second thing is being late or not giving yourself enough time to set up. When you're setting up for film, there's a lot of different pieces that you need in your kit to get the job done, which we will also talk about in another video. But you want to make sure that you have enough time to set up so that way you see when the first actor is coming in. So if you know that you're somebody who takes a lot of time or it's your first time on a film set, then you're going to want to be prepared. Give yourself enough time so that way your setup is ready, so when we're ready to go, you're ready to go. The third mistake that people make is not defaulting to their department head or their key. So you may be coming onto a film set for the first time, but you're coming in with a lot of experience, maybe in bridal or behind the chair or working on some other photo shoots or projects, and you feel like you know how the day should be run. And it's important to always default to the person who is hiring you. Because if you don't know how film works, if you don't know what a call sheet is, if you don't know a shot list, if you don't look at the call sheet and know when the actors are coming in, all of this information is planned prior to you coming in. So the person who is in charge of the shoot knows best how to run the shoot. So even if you have it in you and you feel like maybe there's something that you should act on, it's always best to default to the person who is in charge and ask them if they're okay with you taking initiative. Because in assisting and working under somebody else, I will do another video about that. Different people have different opinions on how to do it and what they want. It's always best to have communication with that person. I would much rather someone who's working under me ask me what I like and what I prefer when I'm working than to assume and to do something. So it's always best to ask questions. If you should be working for someone who's okay with you asking questions, and if you get a feel for what their style is on how they want the day to run, then everything will go much more smoothly. The fourth mistake is constantly being on your phone. So I know that it can be very exciting the first time you're working on a film set, or you may want to document your process because everything is posted on social media. One of the reasons why there are not many artists who work on set that do this type of content is because we are not allowed to be on our phones, and in most cases we aren't allowed to take behind the scenes photos. You could, and then you can't release it until the project comes out, but because film days are so long, so stressful, and have so many moving parts, a lot of us don't really have time to be on our phones and to document the journey. While it is exciting, it is part of the process that you don't necessarily get to be filming everything that's going on. You also may be in a situation where you're going to have to miss important texts, important phone calls, because we are in a rush part of our day. So you kind of have to get in the headspace of that, like, you need to check out for a second, check into this project to pick up as much information on set as you can, because there's a lot to learn, and then you can check your phone when the time is right. And the fifth common mistake that I see in hairstylists and makeup artists for their first time on set is not staying in their own lane. So again, if you are coming from photo shoots, if you're coming from something where it's a little bit more hands-on and departments aren't separated, then you may think that somebody else is struggling with it. Let's say you're hired to do hair and someone is struggling with something with makeup. It's not for you to step in and to help that person achieve what they need to achieve. They have their own team. Everyone on set has their own team. If you're hired to do hair, then you come in and you do hair and you focus on what you need to get done, because if the chances are that you're over somewhere helping somebody else with another project and you're needed and there's a hair emergency and the camera is waiting for you, and because you were out doing something that was none of your business and now they don't have you to fix the problem as quickly as possible, possible, then that causes a problem for the whole production. So just make sure you know what the job is that you come in to do, and make sure you stick to doing that job. And if you're new here, my name is Amanda Bourne. I have been working in film and television for 14 years. I've worked on hundreds, if not thousands, of productions, and I'm here to teach you set etiquette that is nowhere on the internet, that nobody talks about until you get on set, and then you learn through it and grow through it. And I want to make sure that that process is easy for everyone who's trying to get into the industry, so that way you don't have to struggle the way that I did. If you've stuck around this long, please take the survey that's listed in my bio. It gives me an idea of the type of curriculum and videos that you want to see, what questions you have in terms of getting into the industry. And if you take the survey, then I'll give you access to a live Q&A with me, where you can ask me any questions that you have about getting into the film industry and working on set.